We're good.
We're good.
Okay, wonderful. I think this might be the first time we've had children on the Marcia Week show. And we have Caleb King. Hi, Caleb. Good evening.
Good evening.
Oh, it's a pleasure having you all here. And, I knew I could call on these children because I help them with Common Entrance English. And when we have our discussions, they are always, it's heated discussions, and they always have something to say. So I thought that I would ask their parents, and we have gotten permission from their parents for them to be on the show with us tonight. We also have in the waiting room, in our green room, Cami Holder is there, Victor Lewis is there, and Paul Messiah is there, and I see the General Castle Franklin is on, and I know you would want to be on with these children. So just hang on, and we're going to bring you settling in. I'm going to bring in the General very soon. Marcia says, welcome, is telling you welcome, children, to the Marcia Weeks show family. All right? Yes, that's not me. That's somebody else. All right. Now, let me go to Naomi and Naraya. I don't know if you could tell, but they're twins. And how old are you girls?
11.
11?
Yes, please.
When did you all turn 11?
Last year.
Oh my goodness. All this time I thought you were all still 10. Oh my goodness. Caleb King, how old are you?
11.
11. They're all 11. You see, I think they're 10. They're growing up. So, Naomi and Naraya, can you tell us, where do you go to school at the moment?
We go to school.
Where?
We go to school at the People's Cathedral.
People's Cathedral. The People's Cathedral is where they go to school. And Caleb King, where do you go to school, sir?
I go to school at the best primary school in the island, and it's called Charles F. Broom.
Oh my God! Did you all hear that? Did you hear that, Naomi? He said he goes to school at the best primary school in the entire Barbados.
That's not the best school. Does your school have swimming?
Mr. Franklin, you hearing this? Mr. Franklin?
Yeah. He's done the common entrance yet?
Yeah. I know what you tried to put in his head, You tried to put Cumbamere in his head, right? He sounds like he's a Cumbamerian. Well, Caleb says he goes to the best school in the best primary school. And somebody said, whoop, 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 Charles F. Broom, somebody says. Oh, my Lordy. And Naomi and Naraya, Mr. Franklin, they're saying, no, it's not. And ask him, do you have, wait, so Naomi and Naraya, you have swimming pool at your school?
No, we actually go to swimming. We go at the aquatic center.
Oh, well, but you don't have it at your school, but you get to go to the aquatic center. But I'm sure that Caleb is going to say that he has other things at his school, right, Caleb? Caleb, why is Charles F. Broom the best school in the entire Barbados, the best primary school?
We have good academics and a good physical academy.
Oh, wow. Yes, I know you run. I know you're a sprinter, and you play cricket and you play football. You're a big baller. I know that. So
Cricket?
You don't play cricket?
No, please.
Wait, I'm sorry. Sorry. I thought it was cricket too. So
I play basketball too.
Oh, that's what I thought it was. Okay. So it is you play basketball and you play football and you're a sprinter, right?
And road tennis.
And road tennis. Wow, he's a very active little boy. That is wonderful. That is wonderful. Now let's get to the matter at hand. Today was Father's Day. And you guys had a good time today, Naomi and Naraya? You had a good time today?
Yes, please.
Okay, they answered together like twins. Okay, so you had a good time today, and Caleb, you had a lovely time too?
Yes, please.
Okay.
Lots of food.
You had lots of food?
Yes, please.
Caleb, you love your belly too much. But Caleb, but the day wasn't about you. The day was about fathers,
Yes, please.
right? And I want to find out from you, what would you say to our audience is, or do you think that the question is, do you think that fathers are important in a boy's life?
Yes, but
Yes, go ahead. And why? Why?
I mean, he helps toughen up the boy and help him with manhood. To know that he's the next person in line to become the man of the house. So it's about the discipline.
Oh, wow, wow. So he toughens up the boy and let the boy know that, teach him about manhood and let him know he's next in line to take over the family. And wow, I love that. Wow, that's a good one. That's a good one, Caleb. And you said discipline too. So you like the discipline part. So what about when daddy decide to start to really discipline? Because in most households, daddy is the one that do the discipline. Is that a good thing for you? Yes. Okay. Let me go to yes. You were saying something, Caleb?
No, please.
Okay. So Naraya and Naomi, let me ask you the same thing. How important is a father in a girl's life?
I think very important.
Are we hearing her? Are you guys hearing her?
I said it. I think a father is very important in a girl's life
And why is that?
because, so basically, for a father, he looks after the child, he protects her no matter what, and he makes sure that she's okay. And especially when it comes to a lot of stuff dealing with school, the father is there for her. And when the mother is gone, most fathers respond by doing a lot of other stuff, but some of them genuinely care about their child. So when their child turns in their teenage years, that's when the father is mostly in their life, because they're going into adulthood.
Mm-hmm.
And a lot of teenagers tend to go all over the place, so that's why the father is always there to help them through rough times.
Wow. Oh my word. Daddies, are you hearing this? I soon bring in the fathers here that beaming in the background there. So Naraya, is there anything else that you want to add?
They're important because they're supposed to be there for you. They're supposed to be reaching out. For example, if they're abroad, they're the ones supposed to be reaching out for you. They're most needed in the teenage years. That's when it gets most emotional, and they're always there for you.
Awesome. I love how you guys are. You both of you zeroed in on the teenage years, and that you need the fathers in the teenage years. Caleb, would you say you need the fathers in the teenage years more than you need the fathers now that you're a preteen or a child?
Well,
Yeah.
to be honest, compared to the teenage years, yeah, they're kind of in the shadows. But when you're a child, you get prepared for a teenager, and then teenagers go on to manhood. So then, after all the learning from preteen, we can get more knowledge from other stuff that we do to go into to teenage years.
Yes. So that's why you need them. Okay, I understand. That makes sense. Makes sense. So let me ask you. I'm going to bring the fathers in. Just let me bring them in and introduce them, and then I want you to tell these fathers what do you think happens to children that do not have their fathers in their lives? Okay, think about that question. You might know somebody in your class, at your church, and they don't have their fathers in their life. Okay, the father in their life. What are some of the issues that they have? What are some of the problems that they have? Okay, so think about that question, and I'm going to bring the fathers in the studio. Okay, you guys are doing an awesome job. So let me welcome Mr. Paul Messiah. Good night, Paul.
Blessed good night to you.
Yes, wonderful. Make sure you turn off anything else you're listening to. It's good
Okay,
to
I'll do
have
that.
you. Welcome to the Marcia Week Show. Happy Father's Day.
Let me turn on this television. Yes,
Yes, you
yes,
have
please.
to
You have
probably
me with
turn.
me.
You have to turn it off, right? So let me turn off
Okay.
your microphone while you do that. And Mr. Victor Lewis, happy Father's Day and welcome to the Marcia Week Show.
Thank you very much, ma'am, and welcome to everybody. I'm happy to hear the kids and the excellent answers that they're providing us.
Yes, yes, very, very great as well. Yes, great, great, great. And there is Mr. Cami Holder. Mr. Holder, welcome to the Marcia Week Show.
Hi, good evening, Marcia. Good evening, viewers. How are you?
Oh, great, great, great. Happy Father's Day, sir.
Thank you, Marcia.
Yes, we honor the daddies today. And I have the general was in, and let me put him back in. Mr. Franklin and kids, this is the general. Good night, Mr. Franklin, and happy Father's Day, sir. You're muted.
Yes. Good night, and thanks again for having me. I'm especially happy to see the young children. I always like I feel better with the children. So I can help raise them. Or in some instances, I like to set examples for them. Sometimes I get cussed from little children. That surprised me. I got all that later. So I like little respectful children. I always tell the people I get along better with children than I do with adults. And they tell me, well, that's because you're childish. I say, well, no problem, But I find that they're honest.
Yes,
The children are generally honest.
Yes, yes, and I love the responses that they are giving us. So we have 4 daddies who are on here tonight. These are they're not your daddy, but I want you to speak, talk to them, and tell them what do you think happens to a young girl, Naomi, and Nariah. If there's a young girl who does not have that father figure in her life and have that closeness with her father, tell me some of the pitfalls, some of the issues that they might have. Naomi.
One of the issues is that whenever a child sees another child with their father, they get really jealous or they start to get really emotional.
Wow. Can you come forward, lean in a little bit more and say that again? Wow, did you all hear this? Go ahead.
When a child has no father and they see another child with their father, they get jealous or they start to get emotional.
They get jealous and they start to get emotional. And how do you think those children act out that?
Some might start to ignore others, even when their best friend or a regular friend has a father, they start to ignore them, or they just start isolating themselves from everyone.
Wow. Okay. Anything else, Naomi?
Again, things like this also might lead to suicide. That's what some kids do.
Yes, thank you. Nariah, what happens to little girls that do not have their father in their life or a father figure? Come a little closer to the mic, Nariah. You guys are doing so good. Go ahead.
As my sister said, they might get jealous or start getting emotional, start crying, complaining, ask themselves, why don't I have a father?
They want to know why they don't have a father. And that's how you see it. Thank you also. Anything else, Naraya, you want to add?
Some get bullied for it.
Some of the children get bullied because they don't have a father. Other kids might tease them, you're thinking. Yes, I see. Very good. I tell you, I know that they write very, very good writers. They very good with their composition. It was a pleasure being their teacher. How about Caleb? Caleb, what happens, you think, for little boys that do not have their fathers in their life?
A lot of little boys I know, they are very soft, and sometimes a lot of them don't they don't talk to other people or engage with other people.
So hold a minute before you go. Listen. So you're saying a couple things. You said that that boys that do not have their fathers, men, are you listening? Because we're going to pick up on this discussion. That they are soft. What do you mean? What do you mean?
Boys when they play sports, so you need to use your contact body as body weight. And some of them can't even take it and start balling out.
Oh.
A lot of them are very disrespectful.
Oh. So they're soft. They become soft boys when they don't have their fathers. Men, I want you. These men, you're in the hot seat. The children are talking to you tonight. The other thing you said, Mr. Caleb King, you said that the children, they don't engage with others. They're very quiet. Explain that for me, please.
Some of them, they just be themselves. You find a lot of them in the corner just drawing something, or they don't really talk to people as much as at home. They don't really talk that much. Mm-hmm. I don't know, to be honest.
Yeah. Wow, but that's what you notice. Is there anything else you notice with little boys that don't have their fathers?
A lot of them are molly, and some of them are not ready for manhood.
They're not ready for manhood. Oh Lord, they're not ready for manhood. Oh my God. Lord have mercy. Lord have mercy. Now, let me go back to the girls. I'm gonna release them because Naomi and Raya, Mr. Franklin, we could talk to them for the whole night. And I'm gonna ask the fathers to have a question for them. All right, how about that? It's going a little longer than I expected, but we can't let them get off like this. This is too wonderful. So, Naomi, I forgot the question I was going to ask you. I get so caught up in all of these answers. Okay, I know what I was going to ask you, Naomi. What would you want to say to these fathers on this program this evening? If you the last thing you had to give these fathers advice, what kind of advice would you give these fathers tonight?
Advice, I'd say be there for your child, first of all. Second of all, don't let them be inside all day, and third of all, discipline your girl.
Wow, you all said so. They said be there for your child. Listen, that is on the program, and that is listening at home. They are 11 years old, and this is what they're saying. They want the fathers to be there for their child. They want them to not let the children stay inside all the time. Is that what you said, Naomi? Not stay inside all the... wow, who would believe that they want that? And that they must discipline their children. Wow. Interesting.
Yes,
go ahead, Naomi.
In I know a lot of people. I know a lot of fathers tend to not really whoop their children, if that's the term that I may use. They tend to like just forget about it. Fathers, a mother would say no, father would say yes, and then some fathers just, when their child gets out of hand, they just tend to go to the best weapon to use for whooping, the belt or the slipper.
Okay, so you're saying that they need to be more consistent with discipline. Wow. Wow. Oh my goodness. You hear? I'm a green Cammy holder that the Child Protection Act, they should have spoken to the children, because the children are asking for the parents to discipline them. Do you hear what's going on here? Let me hear from Naraya. Naraya, darling, oh, you guys are so brilliant. I'm a pro teacher tonight. Naraya, what would you say to fathers? These gentlemen are on the show, and you have 600 and, well, quite a number. Let me not intimidate you with any numbers. People are watching, okay? So, Naraya, what would you say to fathers who are listening?
I would say that you should be there for your children and not favor the boys the most. Try to stay in connection with them, reach out to them, be there, try to have fun with them, and not be so strict.
And not be so strict. Wow. And you said something there, Naraya, that the fathers must not favor the boys over the girls. Why did you say that?
Because fathers tend to like favor the boys the most. They still love football and trucks and all those things.
And as girls, you recognize it, and it affects you.
Yep.
Yes, you want that attention too. Oh my Lord, they're too sweet, and they must have fun and not be too strict. So let's just summarize before I go to Caleb. Be there for their children, not allow them to stay inside all the time. That means they're saying, don't keep them on their devices all the time, Daddy. They want to be disciplined, and you're to be consistent in discipline, right? Not favor the boys more than the girls. They want a daddy that have fun, and also not to be too strict. Okay? Let's hear from Caleb, the boy. Caleb, what do you say to these 4 dads and to all the dads listening? What would you say?
First of all, just saying to everybody who's here present on the meeting with us, and to people who are watching, happy Father's Day. And let's get started. And let me just say that first, you need to play a little ball and make them tough, right? Because you can't just have these soft little boys in your house just playing games on their phone all the time. You gotta make them big and strong, mighty for the things that come in head. Because things that happen to your family further on in the future, you have to know what to do in this situation, like how to protect your family and how to, respect them. Second, you need to discipline the boys and make sure they don't be disrespectful. Because if they're disrespectful to their family, they're gonna disrespect the people in their lives.
Mm-hmm.
So if you make sure that they're disciplined, they know they're locked down from manhood, and they got everything ahead of them set.
Wow. Oh Lord, have His mercy. This is so tremendous, and oh Lordy. Let me go to the gentleman. I had to turn off some mics, so there was a dog, a barking of a dog that was coming through. But let me go to Paul. What do you want to say to these children here tonight?
Well, first thing, I believe that Caleb should have been used as a consultant with the child protection bill. You know, many times we put the children one side because we say they're just children, but these are individuals who have a wealth of knowledge that we can use. And I noticed that we have Naomi, a very powerful name in the scriptures, Caleb, and is Noria?
Naraya.
Nariah. Very powerful names. Um, I have a question for the young people though. Um, how can you tell that you have a great father?
Who's going to answer that? Who is going to answer? How can you tell you have a great father?
Me.
Okay, go ahead, Naomi.
I think you can tell by observing their behavior towards you and towards others, and making sure they do the right things for you, because a lot of them try to do the right thing but then they end up doing it in the wrong way. So I think you should observe their behavior, and once you're fine with their behavior, you should say to yourself, my dad is a good dad, and you should test him to see if he genuinely cares about you.
Wow, thank you so much. Naraya, anything to add?
Okay. So you shouldn't be the ones reaching out to your fathers, but if your fathers are abroad, they should be the ones reaching out to you.
Wow, that is deep. You should not be the ones reaching out to your father. The father should be reaching out to you. Wow, that is deep, Naraya. That's a good one. Oh, they're all good. Very good. How about Caleb?
So once again, I'm back here again, and I'm gonna say that you need to be there, and when you observe the father in your life, you need to know, or I'm gonna take some stuff that he gave me, or he's giving me to take on to my family that I'm gonna create myself. And then when you know he's there for you, y'all will just be chill.
Awesome. I tell you. Oh my Lord. This is, because of time, I can only take one more question and comment from the fathers before they go. Any of the other fathers want to ask them a question or ask them a question? It's more like that. Is that Cami?
Yes, hi. First, I want to say, Marcy, I think that this is really special tonight because very often we, in our society, believe that children are not to be heard, just seen. And when I can hear a young lady speaking to the impact of an absent father, it reminds me of something I saw a couple of months ago, where fathers are absent from the lives of girls. They will tend to seek love from sugar daddies or date men which are older. They will also find it hard to navigate relationships with men later on in life. And it is sad that the Child Protection Bill did not take into consideration something called parental alienation syndrome, because we are destroying these young people.
Let me hold you back on that a little bit, and I know we're ready to go with that, okay, but hold that. And is there anything that you want to ask the children themselves tonight?
No, they did quite well, Marcia. I'm very impressed with those kids, and I want to commend you on this show with those kids. So I'm good.
Yes, yes. Thank you so much. Any of the we're gonna get back there though, Mr.
Holder.
Tammy Holder. I know you're passionate about that. Let me ask, any of the other fathers have anything that they want to that they would want to say at this moment?
Marcia, I want to say to everybody listening, these children appear to be very well raised, and I must congratulate their parents for doing so. It is a joy to see children. These are intelligent and so far intellectual children. They didn't. You chose well, Marcia. I'm hoping we have more children like these around, but there are not going to be very many like Caleb. Caleb is, he is one of a kind. I love him already, and I only met him a few minutes ago. He sure he's 11. He speaks like a person much older.
Yes.
And I just hope
can I just quickly tell you as well that Dave, he's a mentee of my husband, Caleb. Dave has a club with them on a Sunday evening. They didn't have today because it's Father's Day and we allow them to be with their family. But Dave, at 3:30, he has them for an hour and they log into Zoom. And he's been mentoring these boys for some time. So he is one of Dave's mentees. But go ahead, Mr. Franklin.
No, that's it, Marcia. I just impressed by these kids, and it gives me hope because when I see these three children, and I see what I said about Barbados is in good hands. If we can get people like these, making the jump to try to lead this place, I wouldn't. In my old age, I'd be happy to know that I have Caleb out there fighting for me,
Yes, and everybody's saying very impressive. Keep it up, children. People are really, really, and they are wonderful children. They are. They go to People's Cathedral. The girls and Caleb goes to Charles F. Brooms. They're also in the arts. They act. Caleb is an actor and he sings as well. And the girls, they do dancing at Praise Academy of Dance. And you know what? They were part of that group that went to NIFCA, and they are part of Speak Life that was disqualified. You believe that? And these are the caliber of children, and they were the ones who were disappointed. I remember Caleb saying, but he's confused. He says, but I'm confused, Auntie. I'm confused. I thought what we said was from the Bible, So these are the things that happen sometimes, right? Now, we are not getting. No, let's be clear. And I will address this after. Let's get the children off, and then I'm going to address this because I think that people are mixing up things tonight. And let me just say, I got permission from the parents for these children to be on here tonight. I deal with children all the time. And I'm not saying I'm perfect in what I do, but there are some things that I would have learned over a number of years. In fact, I could tell you that the parents are with them in the room right now, okay? And they didn't come on here to talk about politics. The children are not involved in politics. Come on, folks. Come on. Let's not go there and let's not mix things up, please. Please. Nothing to do with politics, all right? All right, wonderful. Well, ladies and gentlemen, I want to say thank you for coming on, Naraya and Naomi Matthias and Caleb King. You were wonderful, very, very wonderful tonight. You are the future of Barbados, also the present of Barbados. And I wish you all the very best in the common entrance. And regardless, you are brilliant children. You are brilliant children. Regardless of what happens, it's just an exam. And things happen, on an exam morning. So you're not going to determine who you are based on the results of that exam. Okay, I want you to know that I'm proud of you, and your parents are proud of you. And to mom and dad, wherever you are, you take a bow. They were wonderful tonight. Thank you, Naomi. Thank you, Naraya, and thank you, Caleb.
I had one question for them, Marcia.
Who is this? Paul?
Yes, please.
Yes, go ahead, Paul.
Okay. A lot of times fathers are concerned about discipline and food and shelter and everything. So, right? I want to find out from the youngsters, how important are the words "I love you" from your daddy?
Very important.
How important? In what way is it important to you? Why is it important?
It's very important because when they say that to you, you know the connection clicking between you and him.
Right.
So you know this is the person who loves me and who is going to protect me with his life
Oh my God.
forever until he passes.
Oh Lord, they're gonna let me cry now. Listen, y'all make him kill him. This is the reason I wanted them on. For those of you who I don't know, sometimes we just lose the focus. I want us to have a family discussion. I thought of doing this program, but I didn't want us to come on as just adults. Let's hear from the children. Let's hear from the
Yes.
teenagers. I'm hoping that Timon can come on. I tried to get some teenagers as well. Guys, this is so important tonight. Did you hear what he said when they hear "I love you"? Because sometimes dads, not all dads say those words, even though they love their children. Oh, I'm touched. Naraya and Naomi, what the words "I love you" from your father? What does that mean?
I think it means that it makes you feel special and it makes you feel empowered and safe.
Wow, awesome, awesome. Naraya,
Hearing those words makes me feel grounded, special, and safe.
and save, and save. Wow, wow. And that was a great question too, Paul. Lord of mercy. Well, I mash up now, Mr. Franklin. I can't do no more show now. I mash up. Them children
There's a
mash
reason why.
up.
There's a reason why I asked that question. I am in my 60s, and about 2 or so years ago, I confronted my mother, and I said to her, "Mommy, for all the years I know you, I've never heard the words "I love you" coming from you." And she said, "But you should know." I said, I know I should know, but you never told me. So what I'm saying is that we should be telling our children that we love them all through their lives.
Wow. Did you guys hear that, children? And let me see if these men will be vulnerable too. Anybody here had that same any if you didn't have it, then you don't need to respond. Is there anybody here on this program that had that challenge with either mother or father? You didn't hear "I love you"? No, everybody else. Well, I went through this a similar thing, and I had to ask my mother when I got a certain age as well, about that. And yeah, so I've experienced that. Anybody in the comment section, let's be vulnerable. Because this is
Yes.
part of healing, and some of us had to go through counseling or whatever, all of those things, and we get over it, But
Mhm.
it's important to hear the "I love you." As parents, we need to open our mouths
Yes.
and actually say it, and not say
Mhm.
tell the child that they should know. You
Mhm.
know, yeah, yeah. Oh man, this is really blessed. This is blessed. Well, let me let the kids go. They've been on for a while waiting from 6 6:45, so let me let them go. Now, thank you, Naraya. Thank you, Naomi. Beautiful, wonderful job. Caleb, a wonderful job. Okay, and we are going to chat some more. I see Caleb is going to Trinidad to do Speak Life as well, and I'm so happy I'll get to see him there. Naraya and Naomi, I'll see you when we get back. All right.